everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. Today, we'll see a team that can get it done on the ground. The Buccaneers are top 10 in rushing TDs, and they'll go up against a Saints defense that needs to be ready for that.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's fielded in the end zone, and he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll run it again with Miller. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Called it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
3rd and long for Winston. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded at about the 28. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now Harris on 1st down. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Saints have taken the early lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Now a second down throw for Winston. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And that's the first connection, the number 1 overall pick in 2015, finding the number 7 pick in 2014 in Evans.
And what a great target Mike Evans is for Jameis Winston. Winston's a pretty accurate thrower, but that catch radius that Evans provides, that makes him that much more dangerous.
First down, Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So 2nd and 10 here. Here's Winston. Setting up the screen for Miller. And a nice spin into some open field. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. So the offense has it 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. 2nd down following the run. Working out of the gun, Winston. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
And caught left side, Olsen. And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 6 there on first.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Harris looking to throw on 2nd down. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. An update from that game going on in the Meadowlands. It's the Bills with an early lead over the Jets. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Winston. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and it's third down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. On third down, Winston. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taking it about the 36. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. To throw is Harris. Throwing on first down. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. They give him a gain of 38.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. That'll bring up second down.
There's so much precision in an offense, especially when you're throwing the ball. And in an out route, plenty of it. How about the quarterback hitting his back foot, ball's out of his hands, receiver making his break, making his cut. He's got to time up perfectly. Not always easy to do.
Just let him a little too much.
Yeah, I remember back in the good old days, I was talking to a quarterback, and he said everything they did was on the count system. So when he took a snap, he counted in his head for certain routes, different time frames for each one, and he knew if the ball wasn't out of his hand at that point, he'd better eat it because the play was dead.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. From the gun, Harris, and Olsen over the middle. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Back to throw. Harris. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And it is now 21-0. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So out come the Bucs now. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Winston now to throw on first down. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. A first down carry now for Miller. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Not much happening there on first down.
Thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Winston now from the 50. Evans has it left side. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. And he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass block.
And they're going to bring him down. Back across midfield at the 45. The Bucs try it on 4th down but come up empty. And that will force a turnover on downs. Here's Harris on 1st and 10. Over the middle, it's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Harris now on 1st down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. The Saints put up 29 points a game last year, second only to the Falcons, and they're in range to get some points on this drive as well. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Harris. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
Now Harris to throw on 2nd down. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, The last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. You got a nice lead. You should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
Back to throw. Harris eluding the pressure right and avoids the contact by sliding. So 1:56 to play in this first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Harris operating from the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Throwing, Winston. He finds Malcolm Mitchell here. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Jameis now on first down. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be a second down. They'll throw again. Winston. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller. And it's 3rd and short. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. Winston on 3rd and 2. Ebron caught left side. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Second down, Winston. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Looking deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On the NFL scoreboard, second quarter up in Minneapolis. Early on, it's the Vikings in the driver's seat. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. They're going to try for it on 4th. Winston stays out there. They're indeed going. It's Winston. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. To throw is Harris. Throwing on first down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we will toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando. That's where we check in with Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Here's Harris on 1st and 10. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Hey. You got three. Three down.
Harris now on 1st down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. 23 yards on the play. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
On 1st down, Harris. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well. A fresh set of downs, and they're at the 1. 1st and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Saints are pouring it on. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know in the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
On second down, here's Miller. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. To me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. First and 10, Winston. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Ready, ready. Sonic. Come on up, come on up. Wait.
Now Jameis on second down. Looking deep for Adams. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. On first and 10, Harris. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now Harris throwing again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They'll wind up with 7 on the dump-off, but it'll set up third down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Green, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Harris throwing on first down. And a throw right sideline is complete. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Green, 39.
To throw is Harris. Looking to throw on second down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. William Golston in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. The Saints on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 15. Here's Harris. From the gun, he'll throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Checking the NFL scoreboard there in the 3rd at MetLife Stadium. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we...
And, Jameis intercepted a third time. The linebacker, Stephon Anthony, with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, you start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. All right, this is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more...
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Here's a give to Miller. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. 3rd and long for Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. 10th carry now for Lamar Miller. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
On 3rd down. That's Farmer. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
A good effort there from distance, but he might have needed a little more help from the air conditioning behind him on that one.
It probably would have helped. This is awfully close to getting there. It was right on target, but it winds up being just a little bit short.
And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41.
But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Here we go now. 3,
Harris now on 1st and 10. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And he's going to go out of bounds. He takes this one down shy of the 20. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. William Golston, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long.
Here we go now. 3-19. Back there in that Philly. Here we go. No. Check. Patriot. Here we go now.
Operating from the gun. Harris escaping the pressure right. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Here we go now. 3-19. Detroit.
Throwing on first down. Harris. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Again, it's Miller. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. The linebacker, Stephon Anthony, with a pick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Now Harris throwing to start the drive. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, hit me.
Harris on 1st down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
All right, now, lucky 56.
They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, look at the juke. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. To throw is Harris. Going to throw on 3rd and goal. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
They're all finished in the game up in Minneapolis. And the Vikings have scored, swinging back in front. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Jameis to throw it. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 45. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line.
Lamar Miller, the 30, 20. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Flip. 550. Got 3.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. And the kick is good, so they avoid the shutout, but still a tough one to swallow here. They only post 3 points, and this game is over. Checking the NFL scoreboard, they're in the 4th now in Minneapolis.